Before we wrap the show, we always like to look ahead to the following week. That would be week 13. Let's kick off the hot read. So again, if you're new, folks, if you're tuning in down the stretch post-Thanksgiving, you're trying to get hot before the year ends, this isn't always about analysis of a matchup, but it's more so anticipating a significant, possibly significant shift in the line before kickoff and getting the best number possible. So Brandon, with that being said, your hot read for week 13, what do you have for us?
So we're going to do a teaser. I think we did this once before on the hot read. So if you don't know teasers, you get to grab two teams, you move the line 6 points in your favor. And the goal here, of course, is move your line across hopefully multiple key numbers. So I'm going to tease the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're at +1.5 at Atlanta. So we'll tease them to 7.5. See, we crossed the 3, we crossed the 7 there. And then I'll tease the Raiders. They're home against the Chargers, 2.5 point underdogs. We'll tease that one to 8.5. So the key thing is here, we get both teams, just keep it within one score game, and we are set. So Steelers, Falcons, Atlanta has only one win all season by more than 4 points. So we see the one score game. Pittsburgh, I mentioned, top 5 run defense their last couple of games. I think Pittsburgh's the better team. I probably won't be just on Pittsburgh outright against Atlanta, but the Steelers have covered a 7.5 point spread in 8 of 10 games so far this year. So I like that one. And then Raiders, Chargers, 6 of the last 7 games between these teams have been one score games. Like, these are the most wonky, unpredictable teams. It always comes down to the end with both these teams. Chargers, 9 of 11 games this year, one score. Raiders, 8 of 11 games, one score. So Chargers have only won by more than 5 points once all year. We just need to keep these both to one score. I'll take the Steelers and the Raiders teaser, grabbing it now, because a lot of times when there's an obvious teaser like this, the lines move a point or a point and a half purposely to get out of that teaser range. So that's why this works for hot read for 1 week.
Well, the other thing too, right, is if Pittsburgh with the 2.5 tonight, if they could win outright against Indy, and then you're looking at Pittsburgh possibly, I don't know about favored, but I don't know, that line could move with Atlanta too, right?
They could, because, you know, when it gets to a number, there were +1.5 right, or 1.5 right now, when it's so close to 0, you flip to the other side and you often lose from a +1 to a -1 like that. Like, that's a 2 point swing.
Right.
So yeah, if the Steelers come out and look good and dominate on the road, which is possible they could, then yeah, I think that's entirely possible. They could end up being favored. And so you possibly lose as much as a field goal of points there.
Right. You'd have to tease through 0. Maybe you're getting 5 points.
Yeah. Never tease through 0. So it's now or never if you want the teaser. It's important to get the teasing only works well at the right numbers. So you want to grab teasing here to get to 7.5 and 8.5. You're crossing those 3 and 7 on both times there. That's the key.
Teaser teaching. Love it. That's how we're wrapping up the podcast.